Hey guys, it's another Baddie podcast. I'm one of your first hosts, Herbert.
Ronnie.
Enrique.
And Jonathan. So Enrique, this weekend you're gonna go somewhere far, far away. Where is it? What is it called?
It's not too far. It's Lake Isabella. I forget the city's name, but that's I don't know if it's
I think
something
it's
similar to that.
Isabella City, no?
I don't know, but it's a 3-hour drive from where we live. I guess let's say from LA, 3-hour drive. But yeah, I'm going camping with my sister, some cousins. So just a bunch of kids going out for camping, just for a couple of days, just for the weekend. But it should be fun. It's a beautiful lake. We're gonna take a jet ski, and then obviously the stars are gonna be there in the night. It's beautiful out there because there's not a lot of cities out there. There's gonna be bonfires, and again, have fun in the lake, have fun with the jet ski, enjoy everything you do. I love cooking, so I usually try to be the one that cooks. So
Lake Isabella is a place in southern Sierra Nevada in Kern County. If you guys know, Kern County is up north.
Nevada.
Sierra Nevada.
Oh,
Nevada.
I was gonna say
Like,
we crossed
it's
the border?
basically
No, we
near. I think it's near Sequoia Park, like National Park, like that area. But I know that I think last time we went to Lake Tahoe, we passed by Lake Isabella, and I remember I told you, I was like, hey, you make a left on this street, and he's like, yeah, and that's where you go.
I checked the map, and we were like, I don't know, 30 minutes away from that place because from the way we were driving, which is really close to that place.
So you've been to other lakes here, like such as Bonelli Lake, Lake Paris. How do you compare Lake Isabella versus like the other lakes nearby here, like in California? Or like
I've gone to another one called like Buena Vista, or whatever. But my family has always gone to Lake Isabella. So to my family and like my cousins and whatever, that's like the lake to go to for camping. We like it only because it's you don't have to reserve anything. You just show up and find a spot. So yes, it could be a little risky. Like let's say 4th of July when we would sometimes like to go because they have a whole show on the water. If you don't get a spot, you have to just find a spot somewhere else, right? But right now you'll find a spot. I like that because in most places you have to reserve your spot, and everybody has their own little like from that line to that line is our spot, and then they allow 10 people at most. They have more rules, right? Which is cool. A lot of people like that, but Lake Isabella is just an open lake. Anyone can go there, show up and camp, and leave whenever you want. So I really like that lake. Beautiful water, big lake.
So it gets busy, right? You're saying
it gets busy, and then on the other side of the lake, there's a very strong river going, so you can also like enjoy the river. There's mountains near you too, which we end up hiking just for fun. We even get some wood from the mountain or whatever, and then come back and start a bonfire. But I've always liked Lake Isabella.
Do you guys like the wood smell?
Yeah,
yes,
I love it.
I love bonfires. I know everybody complains how like you smell like wood, and the next day you smell like wood and everything. But like to me, that's a worthy sacrifice.
Morning wood or
Morning wood.
It's a worthy sacrifice just because I love fire, dude. Fire. If there was an element I love the most, it's gonna be fire.
Water.
I love seeing it dance. I love seeing fire dancing. I love seeing the fire moving. Like to me, just fire is so much cool, so fun. So like I really like bonfires.
Wait, Enrique, how do you see fire dancing? Like, are you on some drugs or what the hell?
Multiple, yeah. So
Just saying. No, but fire though, like today we went running and we passed by like I don't know a house that had like a chimney and you could smell the wood burning, and it's just like that. I don't know, it just gives you like a I don't know, it just feels like a camp, like you're camping and shit, you know what I mean? But I kind of do hate the wood smell. Like I love it, but I hate it when it gets on you.
The smoke, you mean?
Yeah, the smoke, because then like you got to shower, and then even if you shower, you still smell like smoke because your hair, your skin absorbs it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like fun, but I do like s'mores though, like marshmallow or like what is it?
Pretty good.
Like I don't know if you guys do that when you guys go like camping.
Oh yeah.
But do you guys ever tell like scary stories, or what do you guys do when you guys are around the bonfire? Like let's say right now we have like a bonfire in front of us. Like what are we doing? Like we're drinking or something, water, protein, beer.
I wish I had scary stories, but I don't. I'm not even a good storyteller. I'm being honest here.
I'm a great storyteller, but I don't think I have a lot of scary stories. So when that's happening, I usually share stories that I have heard from people, like family. My mom, my grandma, they have some interesting stories, and that's usually what I say. Because personally, like I have I had one time sleep paralysis or whatever, where you can't move or whatever. But I don't know. Like, is that scary? I was terrified, but I mean, like, that's not an exciting story. That's just like a...
Yeah, you guys haven't had any, like, scary, like, personal encounters?
You ever seen ghosts or whatever?
No,
nothing.
Do you want to, Herbert? I think you'd want to.
I want to just so I can experience something, but no, nothing's ever happened to me. If there's like some wood snapping in the back or a cabinet move, I'm like, oh, it's probably just the wind, probably just a draft in the air.
I'm very logical too. If I see anything scary, I just immediately think something logical happened for why that noise or with that vision I saw, whatever. Like I think logically.
I do remember in middle school I heard voices when I was trying to go to sleep, but it ended just being my parents arguing. But that was,
and then they got divorced.
and then 2 years later they got divorced.
That's
But,
that's a scary story, dude. That's scary.
more depressing, but you know.
But I remember the time where I went to Enrique's house. I think it was a sleepover like during high school, and Enrique, me and him were hanging out like in the kitchen area, or like in the living room because it's like an open concept, and we were playing like PlayStation, like PS2, and I remember like we heard like a spoon like that like
drop?
flew or something, right? Like it, like across.
Like if it was thrown.
Yeah.
It didn't sound like it just fell off the counter. Like it sounded like it was thrown. Like
And-
it was a loud sound and it was like that didn't fall. It was on the counter. So
And
like
then
how does that make that noise?
We checked it and it had like a perfect amount of oil on it, and I was like, bro, like this is weird.
Was it
dude.
like on the floor or something?
No, it was on the counter, and it had a perfect amount of oil. Like, let's say, like, you know, when you're putting, like, if you're like measuring, like,
Yeah.
like 1 teaspoon, and you measure it and you put it on there, like, it had a perfect amount. And I was like, dude, this is so weird. So, like, after that, we were just like, okay, like, I don't know if it's a ghost or not. Like, you know, you don't want to think it's a ghost because, like, I don't want to encounter that, blah, blah, blah. So, I remember, like, we just kind of let it slide by, but nothing else happened. But I heard different stories, like scary stories. I know Christian Benavides, one of my friends, like, he said when he was in middle school, because he was into like ghost stories, you know, when you're into like, you know, sometimes you get into like stories and stuff. So I think he was watching the show on like TV. And I remember he said he came home from school that day and he has a swimming pool and his sister was in the pool. And I remember the sister told Christian, hey, Christian, come in the pool. So he went inside, you know, because he got out of school. So he's like, all right, let me change. He goes inside the room, he changes, and he hears like a clap. And he's like, all right. So he starts thinking of the YouTube videos or the videos that he was watching. He's like, when you hear something, you want to test the waters or like test like what's going on. So you say, hey, if you're a ghost, like clap again. And he didn't clap or whatever, like the ghost. And out of nowhere, he says, I got you. Like I knew you were like messing around with me. Like you're not gonna clap. Like come on. And out of nowhere, the ghost claps or whatever. Someone claps in the house, and he's by himself. And he heard that, he got so scared, like he ran to the pool. He just jumped in the pool. He said, "I don't care." Like he started panicking. But his brother did see some like a lady with like dressed in white, like in a dress, and he did see her going into his room. You know, when like I don't know, like a couple of times. So it's like I don't know. There's some ghost stories. So I haven't encountered any of those, but I know like friends of friends, you know, that have like some scary stories or like ghost stories. But do I want to see some? Kind of do, but
Do you
I
guys
kind of
believe
don't.
in ghosts?
I do. Are spirits?
That's a tough question. Like I believe in
spirits?
aliens, but like I feel like a ghost is a whole another category, and like I feel like I kind of want to see it to believe it type of stuff.
Yeah, I'm in
Where
the
like,
same
look,
boat.
I've heard stories that are like irrefutable arguments where like, no, dude, this happened to me, and like they can't explain it, and there's no logical reason for why something happened. So like I get stuck. I'm like, damn, like, and I trust this person. So I know they're not just saying it because because I don't know, to have a story. They're saying it, and then I see fear in their eyes. Like this is a real story for them. So I believe people, but I also don't know if I believe in ghosts. So that's kind of it's countering what I'm saying. I guess I'm countering myself, but I don't know. Do I believe? Yes.
Yeah,
No?
I
about
was
you,
gonna
Ruben?
like chime in. I know we're talking about Enrique's house and everything, and obviously like I've lived there for quite some time now, but I remember vividly me and Enrique were like talking one night, obviously where I stay at, and me and Enrique were talking in front of each other or whatever. I have a mirror to my right that's facing my door to come in. And we're like having a beer. I don't know what we did that night. We're just like chatting it up, whatever. But yeah, to my door, like as soon as you come in, there's also a gate leading to the backyard. And that gate is usually always closed. So we're chatting it up, blah, blah, blah. And then obviously I have my door open. I think it was like summer, so it was kind of hot. We're letting like the cool air come in. It was already nighttime. And I don't know, where like I'm facing the mirror a little bit, and I'm talking to Enrique. And then I don't know why, but like something catches my eye, and I look in the mirror, and I remember just seeing like feet like run towards like the driveway, towards the front of the house.
feet.
Yeah, like
Human
without
feet.
shoes or anything. Yeah, I just remember just seeing like
Dude,
feet.
that was a homeless, bro.
But it was quick. And I was like, what the heck? And usually like your little sister's like in the back or like out and about or whatever. And I was like,
But this was pretty late, right?
yeah, it was like late at night. And I was like, hey, like, is your sister out? But then it also didn't make sense because you never heard the gate open. And I was like, where did that come from?
I think that was a neighbor trying to like sneak up on
And I
you.
was like, what? But I remember seeing like, I don't know, they were like, honestly, like, I don't know. It was like, people usually say like it's a shadow figure or whatever, but like I remember just seeing like, yeah, just like feet running across, and literally like within a second, it was just like boom, 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 and like went out to the front, and like as soon as I turned to the door, obviously like whatever that wasn't no longer there. So that kind of freaked me out, and I was like, all right, that was kind of weird. But honestly, like that was like my only experience. I think my brother, like my younger brother, one time he came over, like said he saw like a face or something, like as he was like coming into like my room. But that was it. And I was like, honestly, like I have not experienced anything like that. I don't know. I think, yeah, I don't know.
I know Herbert lives near a cemetery. I don't know why he hasn't explored. Herbert, you should go run a 5K in your cemetery.
Run a 5K in the
Yeah, right now that'll be fun. You'll feel like have you ever felt like when you're running and there's some areas like in the grass, like or when you used to play, like you feel like the coldness,
Yeah.
Like a cold
Like a
spot.
cold little mist.
like you're like, what the hell is this? Like,
Like,
is there
whoa.
like spirits here, ghosts? Like I don't know.
So I would never do that, but I wonder if you guys ever, when you go to bed and then you're gonna turn off the last lights, do you guys run to your room?
Oh, you always feel like
There's
something's
always-
chasing you?
I feel that, but I wonder if it's just an internal fear. Like, why is it there? Like, why do I want to run to safety when I most likely nothing is around? Like, do you guys happen to do that too?
I used to do that when I was little.
I think it's funny because I've seen so many like I guess little videos on Instagram like as a joke where they turn off the light and it's another person wearing like a whole all black suit because that's the point, like to make it seem like a shadow.
They're like chasing
But
you.
like the guy runs up the stairs, goes to his room, and you can see like someone literally following him in the black suit behind him, and it's like, and that's the exact feeling.
Yeah.
It's the exact feeling that you
Yes.
feel like someone's behind you, someone's right behind you, and you won't look back. You're not gonna look back. But
Yeah.
you're dashing to your room, you're crossing the entire house, and you feel the
I'm safe.
sensation.
Yeah.
Like turning off the lights is scary.
But
I-
do you think since like we all think of that and we're like we all agree with it, do you think it's like a universal thing
I think
that
so,
as soon
yeah.
as like
I think so.
Probably.
the darkness comes, like something's like out there,
It's
like,
the
large
unknown.
out to get you?
It's the unknown. It's funny because in my house, like my parents would go to Mexico sometimes, and I wouldn't be able to
Oh,
go
that's
with them.
scary.
So I'll be at the house by myself for like an entire week. And the first couple of days I'm fine, but then usually when I have all the doors open or whatever, I'm in my room and like every time I look out, and my room's the only room that has light. So when I look out my door, like everything is dark, but my imagination takes over.
Yeah.
And it's funny because like only your mind knows what scares you.
Mm-hmm.
You could tell me something scary and I won't care. But my mind knows what scares me, and I couldn't even put it into words. It just knows, right? Like so, like you get the feeling of fear. And every time I look out, I immediately start almost forcing faces to
Something.
show up. I'm forcing like a little girl running by. Like I'm forcing something
So
scary.
like your
Or like-
your biggest fear is manifest or
Yeah,
something.
or like any little noise.
yeah, like
You're
any little noise, and I flinch, and I look at the door like super fast, like what was that? And it's like relax, dude, relax. It's anything that makes sense, but like why are you getting scared? And I'm already scared. I'm by myself in the entire house. The house is creaking sometimes, and like you go to the kitchen, turn on lights, and the same thing. You turn off the light and you just run to your room. You close the door. I'm by myself. I don't need to do any of that. But like I'm just like I'm safe. I'm safe in my room. like I'll just close the door. I'm by myself and I close the door. I don't need to, and it's funny.
Yeah, see, I've been by myself for like forever now, I feel like. But yeah, I remember that, like, and honestly, after a while, like, you just let things slide. You're like, whatever, you know, like, that's that.
Because
or
you don't
whatever.
want to believe.
But yeah, but I remember, like, that one night, and I talked about this in the previous podcast, too, but, like, when there was a fire on our neighbor's house, like, I heard a loud bang or whatever, and I was like, whatever, like, it's something in the back. And then I remember seeing, like, my, like, window, like, glowing red, and I was like, okay, like, that's weird. Like, what is that?
Suspicious.
And then, yeah, I opened the door and the freaking neighbor's house is on fire. I was like, holy shit.
Hey, but
Yeah.
And
aren't
you were
you?
shirtless, right?
I was like, I was naked.
He was naked. but aren't you
It was
like?
wild.
But aren't you guys like curious though? Like I don't know. Like sometimes you're like, hey, you know, like I want to see something.
Yeah. Just to fill that void of is
Like,
it true
but
or
do
is
you
it
though?
not? I
Look,
do.
Okay.
I do.
That's a good question because the argument for me is the same thing. Like I want to see something, and
Right.
I almost try to force it sometimes, but not to the point where like I'm gonna play the Ouija board. You know what I mean? Like
hell
I
no.
won't do that either because that's a good way to find out, I guess. But it's like I don't know. I don't want to do that, but I also want to know if they exist. So it's like I'm stuck between like
So
I'm
you
not gonna
wouldn't
do
go out
something crazy.
looking for it, but if it happens to you, you would kind of like, okay,
Yes,
well,
yes.
all right,
I would rather it just happen than me. I don't know. Play any game that
yeah.
invokes that stuff.
But those games, I remember the Luigi, like what is it called? The
7 minutes.
The
a
Ouija
week.
board?
Not 7 minutes in heaven. No, like those,
That's a separate game.
Yo,
Also
that's
scary,
real.
but
yeah.
for
No,
different reasons.
I remember some of my cousins or like family, like they had it, dude, and it's like, I don't know, dude. My mom always told me like, do not play that game, dude, because you're gonna be whatever, you know, the devil's there.
Like, mijo,
So-
no sabes.
No, so I was like, yeah, you know. But do you guys, when you guys watch like movies such as what is it called?
A new one came out, The Exorcist.
Wait, so that movie just came out like a week ago, 2 weeks, no?
Yeah. My college friends want to go see it like at 11 p.m. or whatever, and I'm just
But
like, oh, I don't know, man.
Do you guys believe in the whole watching a scary movie opens up like doors, like
Mentally, yes. Like I'm a wuss. Like honestly, like I can't watch scary movies unless I have someone near me, preferably a woman, preferably someone that I can hold. And it was easier when I had a girlfriend, but now like I don't really watch scary movies, to be honest.
Now I have a boyfriend and it's easier.
Yeah.
No, I don't really watch scary movies, to be honest. Like I'll do it if I'm.
What
with
do you
people,
and your
but,
boyfriend like to watch though?
Me and my nobody that I have watch stuff that's not scary because I don't know.
But do you guys believe in that though? Like opening like doors and shit like that, like watching
Well,
scary movies?
supposedly it's bad. Like Ronnie said, his door was facing the mirror. Supposedly that's a bad voodoo or whatever, bad luck or whatever. And supposedly if your bed faces your door, like a lot of rooms, your bed just faces the end of your bed will face the door. And supposedly that's inviting, I guess, ghosts in or whatever. But there's a lot of, what's the word? I'm losing the word, but not
Immigrants?
Stop.
Oh, I don't know.
No, like, oh my God, I know what you're talking about.
when you believe in this stuff. Like I don't want to say paranormal, but it's a word. What's the word I'm thinking about?
Well, whoever's thinking about that word is that word, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but going back to camping though, like last thing though, hey Enrique, how long you be camping for? Like 2 days, 1 day,
Just let me see.
1 night?
I guess 2 nights, 2 days. I guess because okay, so I'm leaving Friday
2 nights.
and then I'm coming back home Sunday morning.
2 nights.
Have you
3
have you
days.
guys seen the movie The Hunt?
Yes. Yes.
What
Okay,
is it
okay.
about?
It
That's a
came
good
out a
movie.
while back. It's about these like group of guys that go hunting or whatever. Not hunting, but like they go camping. And tell me why I watched that movie before I went camping back when I was like 12 years old.
You're crazy.
Oh man, that freaked me out.
So you were scared or what?
Yeah, man. Well, I think it was, I don't know. I think it had something to do with aliens or whatever. But no, yeah, it was honestly a little freaky.
It's very
And
gory,
honestly,
right?
yeah. I think,
I remember liking it. I don't remember much of
yeah,
it.
I don't know. I don't know if it was called The Hunt, but something The Hunt. Anyways, but no, I know we talked about it with the guys, like, hey, like we should do something on the weekend. Like, obviously we like outdoors. We're outdoorsy people. Like, let's go camp. But like, or like even like a night hike. Have you guys always thought about it? Like while you're hiking or whatever, like what if something like pops up?
Yeah.
I
Like,
get the
what do
feeling
you
often.
do?
Yeah. In the dark, it's definitely a little
Me,
scary.
me being the man that I am, and I use the word man because like I try to pretend like I'm tough. So like every time I'm hiking sometimes and it's dark and like I'm by myself a little bit. Yeah, there's people in front of me and behind me, whatever. But like you're alone enough to see the darkness and it kind of like I guess absorbs you or whatever. But I do feel like I'm looking at something scary is gonna happen or like there's a bush moving or like what was that sound? Like especially when you're hiking in the night. There's a lot going on that it's like, oh, I don't know. But again, me trying to be the man that I am, like, it's okay. I'll fight it. I have a pocket knife. I have my fist. And that's
you're crazy.
that's. But again, this is just me trying to like make myself feel better. I'm not
you're
pretending like I
You're
can
not
do
gonna
it.
fight a ghost though.
But that's my biggest argument that I tell people like, why are you scared of scary movies? And I'm like, look, I'm okay fighting my demons, let's say, or any enemy, physically. Like you can be a monster, but if you're real, and I can at least try to defend myself, I'm okay with that. But if you're a ghost where like you're just gonna fuck with me and I can't do anything
gonna
about
fuck
it,
you?
fuck with me, mess with me.
Wait, he's gonna
Like,
fuck
like
with.
scary movie?
I just like a scary movie. Let's say, like I feel like I can't fight that. I can't physically defend myself. I can't physically like do anything about it. Like if there's real fear there, I can't not do anything about something that I can't touch. Yeah. I rather my demons be physical enough so that I can fight them. You know what I mean? Like even if they win, let's say, but like I feel better when I have a
choke him
chance.
out. Choke him out.
Or what if he chokes you out?
Well, again,
And tap out.
I like the idea of me being able to at least fight back. If I can't fight back, it scares me the most. When I can at least fight back, I feel safer because I hope I can fight back.
Okay, but like, given the fact that you have not watched a lot of scary movies, because I have, and I feel like that opens the door to like, oh, my imagination thinking of something crazy. Because like with my mom, she like has never watched a scary movie.
Oh hell.
Oh,
So I'm thinking, I'm like, what does she think if she's scared or whatever? Let's say, like, what does she think is out there? Let's say if someone that has never watched anything, like, what do they think it's scary?
Like what is scary to them, right?
Yeah, like what's scary
what's
to
the
them? Like
level
I've
to
always
it?
wondered that. I was like, what is
Like
scary to
I
you?
think it's scary to them is like Ronnie not coming home. That's scary.
He goes gets milk, never gets home.
Damn, went out for a pack of cigs.
No,
But that's a good question. Like people that don't know about the crazy phenomena, like what are they scared of?
Yeah.
I have to assume it turns spiritual because religion's out there. So and we know about it whether you believe or not. Like I feel like you can at least invoke on that and like be like, look, a demon or whatever, a devil, and you can be afraid of that of malice in the world. But I don't know. That's a good question.
But like to them, like what is?
But
a
what
devil or
specifically?
whatever?
Yeah,
Like,
Have you-
what does it look like to
have
you?
you asked your mom?
And what if before that, what were these people scared of? Before any religion was it like established?
witches.
Well, witches are.
We burn them.
Well, that was still like religious though.
But do you believe in the witches actually now? You seem to be talking about
Like a
witches.
bruja?
I need proof. I need
don't know.
evidence.
Yeah, give me like.
I do
something.
Or, like,
believe.
what about oracles like in Mexico?
La
You go to,
Llorona?
like, yeah, you go to no
La Llorona.
no Mexico. They have like what are they called? Like you go to them and they clean you and then they,
Like,
So, like to go do
spirit-
Olympia and
like-
stuff.
yeah, what are they
Shaman.
called?
Shaman.
Oh, a shaman, I guess.
Okay, shaman. Yeah.
But yeah, you guys.
The Olympia lady. You know?
I have heard of those people, and my mom will tell me a lot of stories like before we go to sleep. I don't know why my mom will always like to tell me stories, like scary stories before going to sleep. Like what the hell? You think that's gonna make me go to sleep even more? Like I'm gonna be like as a kid, like my mom will tell me like the crazy, like the Llorona story. She'll tell me that. She'll tell me like a story of like witches and stuff, and I'm just like, what the hell? Like I would not be able to sleep. And then my brother coming like because I used to sleep like share a room with my brother, so I remember my brother will always scare me at night. Like always, he'll be like, "Look, you see that on top of the closet? Like there's the devil's there, dude." And I'd be serious as a Jonathan, as a little kid, Jonathan, bro. I'll be like calling my mom. Literally, I'll be like, "Mom!" Like scream out like to the like mind you, it's already like 10:30 or 11 o'clock. My mom's trying to sleep. You know, my parents are trying to like sleep, right? Because they have work tomorrow, and I'll have to wake them up because my brother will freaking scare the hell out of me.
You
know-
do you guys ever do that when you guys were kids? If
Okay.
something scared you, you go to your parents' room?
You know what's funny? I will never forget this, and it's dumb now. But I remember I cried once when I was a kid. Like I was crying, like terrified, crying and like sobbing, crying. You guys remember the books, scary stories to tell in the dark or whatever I think it's called?
I know the book. I've never read it.
But
Oh, okay.
it's scary
Yeah,
stories,
yeah.
and usually like for the reader, it has little like stuff in parentheses, I guess, that tells you how to read the story so you can make it scary. My sister one time was reading me a story, and I'll never forget the sentence that always got to me. Where is my toe? Again, it doesn't make a lot of sense right now, but but the point is that my sister read me the story and she read it the way you're supposed to, where it says at this point scream, at this point make your voice lower, at this point make your voice louder. Like the book tells you how to tell the story. My sister told me that story, and exactly what you said. I literally started crying because she scared the hell out of me, and I ran to my parents, and I was like, I was just scared and sobbing and crying because of this zombie guy losing his toe, and a family ate it for dinner, and the zombie came back for his toe, and like it's a dumb simple story, but my sister did a phenomenal job reading it, and she scared. I literally cried. Like I'm telling you, I was crying. Like for 10-15 minutes, I was sobbing, crying. Like, and I'll never forget that because I was traumatized by that. Like it was just so scary to me, but. Reading it now is like, wow, dude. Like, I can't believe that got me to cry and that made me like terrified. But I don't know.
But I know that, like, I don't know, like, I think your parents or your family can have an input on this, like if they scare you or not. But like if your mom was kind of more of the like, oh, and do not scare him, then you're not gonna be scared or anything. But
Yeah.
once you like, because I'm telling you, I was a baby of the family, so dude, my parents or my siblings always scared us. Like, I remember this like vividly. Like we'll be sleeping, me and my brother, and my brother will wake me up. He's like, "Hey, Jonathan, let's go scare like our sisters." And I was like, "All right, cool. Like what are we gonna do?" Because I'm like, I don't know shit, dude. Like I'm a fucking elementary school. He's like, "All right, we're gonna go in the room, be quiet though, and we're gonna pull their fucking feet. All right, you're down?" And I was like, fuck, go. If someone tells you, like, someone older than you, like your brother, like, what are you going to say?
You're
no?
gonna do it.
Yeah, like, you're going to get brainwashed, bro. Like, 100%. So I remember, we'll go, like, you know, like, little by little, we'll go, and then we'll pull their fucking feet. And next, what is your sister going to do? They're going to fucking scream. So then, next thing you know, my parents are awake now. So then the whole house is awake. So, like, my parents are screaming at us, like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Like, go to sleep.
Misbehaving.
And then it's like, dude, that's where I started getting a lot of, like, you know, scaring people and shit like that. I started learning about all that. Like, you know, sometimes, like, when you'll be, like, waiting for someone to come out of the restroom and you'll be, like, on the other wall.
Hiding?
Yeah, hiding. And you could just be like, boo. And then, like, you'll scare the fuck out of them, which is not good. Because sometimes you could, like, come on. Like, if you scare a mom or something, like,
no,
what the fuck?
Older
like,
people, they can get heart attacks type of shit.
So I learned to, like, do that shit because of my brother, you know? Like, my brother would show me all these, like, I don't know. Not
Okay. I have another super short story where, like, my sister would always joke around, like, if I scare you, I'm confident you're gonna scream like a girl. You know what I mean? Like, like, you know, like, just scream. And I was like, no, dude, like, you know, I'm a man. But I was young, obviously. I wasn't a man yet. But, like, I was like, if you, I'm not gonna scream like a girl. And she made it her mission to make that happen. And I wasn't aware of this because this was just a conversation. Like if I scare you, you're gonna scream like a girl. One time, she just, like how you said, just a pop-up scare. And I screamed like a girl. Like she
well, you are a girl though.
She and no offense to any of that, but it was she scared me in like a pop-up scare, and I just screamed like ah. And it's funny because to this day, like, I do my very best. So if I ever get scared, to not get scared, I guess, quote unquote, like a girl, you know what I mean? Like, whatever that means. But now, like, I do my very best to just get scared internally. Like, my body explodes, but I'm just standing there. But before time runs out, though, let's talk about Halloween.
So, guys, what's your best costume and the first costume that you remember? Herbert, what's the best or the first costume that you remember, like, dressing up as a kid?
Oh, something that popped up right now was Ninja Turtles. I love the Ninja Turtles, and I remember I dressed up as a Raphael. I liked him because he was always mad.
Yeah?
Yeah, I liked him.
So, wait, what color? I'm sorry, but
Red.
another... Oh, red? Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
That was the first one you remember, or what?
That's the one that popped into my head. I mean, I had Power Rangers, Batman.
And what was the best costume you ever had in your life? You think, like, was that the best costume, or was it like a different costume, like, that you remember? Like, you're like, bro, this was, I legit pass as whoever, Solano. You know, sometimes you impersonate someone.
You know what? I think now that I'm thinking about it, this is very simple, and you know, probably everyone's had this mask. But what's the screaming mask? The Scream mask?
Is that the guy that says ha?
Yeah,
the one that answers the phone.
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah.
That's him.
I think that one was popular because it was a mask that had the pump. So you press a button or whatever, and blood gushes through your face.
Yes.
Or to the mask.
I forgot about that.
through your mask.
You're right.
We had one of those, and eventually it
And then they had a
popped or
knife
whatever.
that had the same thing.
My uncle once scared me when I was a
about
baby
that.
too, because he had like a mechanic suit, like a onesie, but like for mechanics, and because that's the suit the guy wears, and he had the mask on with a knife in his hand, a fake knife. But he was chasing all the kids in our family around the entire house with a fake knife in his hand, with that mask on.
Bro.
And I don't remember him ever pressing anything with his other hand, but the mask was gushing blood like for like 5 minutes. All you got to do is keep pumping your hand, and you just keep gushing blood. And to me, that was like one of the most terrifying things in my life, because this guy has a mask that's bleeding, and he has a blade. He has a knife in his hand. So I was terrified.
Hey, Ronnie, what was your best costume and your first costume?
Okay, I remember my first costume obviously was when I came to the US.
Oh,
But like
dude.
I was
It
like a Green Reaper. You know
I
those
thought you were
like
saying green card. I was like, bro, chill. It's like green card walking around.
yeah, those like full on black masks. You can see through it, but like obviously nobody can see like your face. I thought it was the coolest thing. I was like, yo, so that was like a little Green Reaper.
Oh,
Like, little
that's
kid.
cute.
Yeah.
And what was your best costume? Was that the best one?
The one that comes to mind, I was Hugh Hefner. Like
I like that one.
2018.
I
Yeah, we
remember
had
that.
like a house party. I think Enrique threw one. And yeah, dude, it was cool. Like I had like a little robe. I had my little like hat. It was chill. I had like a little pipe, I think, too.
Damn.
Yeah, I went all out.
Enrique, what was your best costume? First costume and then best costume? Batman.
So-
I already know fucking
No,
Batman.
yeah, it's gonna be Batman. Like I love Batman, but
fucking Batman.
when I was younger, you know how there's this little Batman costume where like it has a cape included with like the front part, so like with the Batman symbol, and it has obviously abs and little chest or whatever. I remember that was my favorite costume because it was Batman. I had little abs, and it's funny because even when I was in high school, I found it. Like I found it in the attic sometime, and I was like, "What? I didn't know my parents still had this." And honestly, we probably still have that costume, but I wore it once in high school, and it was funny because the abs went up to like my chest, let's say. So like it was small, like it wasn't like in my entire body. So like it was just funny to have a costume that was ended at my chest, and I had the cape that was a small cape. But it was always funny because I had like I guess double the abs. I had like 6 abs from the costume and then my own abs, and it was so funny. But
You never had.
Hey, be honest though, you still wear it, huh?
no, I if I find it, I will happily.
You know, okay, but
Ronnie, he's gonna wake you up 2 a.m. He's like, "Hey, Ronnie, wake up."
Check it out.
Ronnie's gonna be
Batman.
gone.
Check
though.
out my 10
Batman.
pack.
I've always loved Batman and my fucking 18 abs that I had.
Did he have abs?
In high school, I had abs. Yeah. Right now,
I
they're
think
kind
I
of showing.
I think
but
everyone had
My
abs
dad-
in high school,
Well,
bro.
I'm skinny and young and fit, you know, I guess. So everything was
cool.
there. And I played sports and everything. I was going to the gym. So like I had abs. My body was, I was still skinny, but I mean, my abs would show. But I guess my best costume, I couldn't even tell you honestly because
What's one that comes to mind? Like
I'm
memorable one.
a Viking.
A Viking?
Just I guess leather, like a belt, and then like I didn't have a cape. I don't even know how to explain it right now, but just like a Viking, I guess. I wasn't like half naked type of stuff because I guess you can be a Viking that just has, you know, you're showing your whole body. But I had clothes on, but it was just a Viking. I
But
guess.
you have a 6-pack though.
Right now it's like a 2-pack. Only my 2 top abs show. I'm working on it. if I keep going to the gym, I'll hopefully get more abs by summer.
All
Hopefully.
right, Jonathan. What about you,
The
man?
first one I don't remember any when I was like little. Like I don't know if I was like this, but I remember in elementary school. So that was my first costume because with the boys, like it was Halloween day. I think the day before, and me and like my boys, like the Christian, Ricardo, and Omar, we're like, what are we gonna dress up as? Like I want to go get candy, bro, and you have to have like a costume because you want to get candy, right? And I remember we used to use like the pillowcases to get like that was our bag. So we went to a thrift store down the street, like a random thrift store. So you could find like something there, right? Like for cheap. And I remember finding me, Christian, and Ricardo. We all found like basketball, soccer ball, like a head, like just like a mask. And we put on like each one had our own like mask, right? And mind you, like you could see through, but sometimes you can't see through really good because it's like I don't know, like they're cheaply made, I guess you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
They're like we got them for like $2 or $3, you know what I mean? So I remember walking by this family, and I think Omar Ricardo fell down, and they're like the basketball, and they fell down, and we decided to act like he was a basketball, so we started bumping his head like a basketball, and the family just looked at us like, what the hell? And the kids were like freaking terrified, like they're like, what the hell are you doing? But like their head was bouncing, like we thought it was funny. So I remember that was like the first the costume, but the costume that I liked was recently. I don't know if you guys remember, but I was Post Malone, and I went all like freaking tatted up.
Yeah,
like,
I was
dude,
gonna say Post
bro,
Malone was
dude,
good that
hold
year.
on, I remember I still have the gold chain. I don't have the tattoos because there's like the fucking the apply tattoos, like apply for one day. But dude, I was all tatted up, bro. Like how Post Malone has like the fucking wrist, the knuckle tats, like the chain ones. Like it looks like like a not chain, like the spikes or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he has like the neck tattoo.
The neck tattoo.
Dude, he has more tattoos now, but at that point he only had those. But I didn't copy, but I bought the tattoos from Amazon and I put them on, dude. I kid you not, I was like, man, I think I want to get tatted now. Like at that point, I was like, hey Monica, like we should just go to the tattoo shop and just get tatted because it looks pretty cool, dude. Like tattoos. At that point, I was like, man, I fuck with tattoos. I want to get tatted. But I remember that day. It was I think for Caesar's party, and that was for Caesar's party. Yeah. So, but yeah, dude, it's good memories, bro. Like I don't know, like I feel like. I know you guys like Halloween. I'm assuming you guys like Halloween. You guys.
Yeah, it's a fun
definitely.
holiday.
That's fun.
Is that your favorite holiday?
Christmas and Halloween, yeah.
Nah, Christmas.
Christmas. Oh, because you get 2 gifts from 2 dads. Is that why, Herbert?
Yeah, yeah.
You do?
Yeah, I do actually.
Fuck. I hope
I recommend 2 dads for everybody, to be honest.
Hell
Shout
yeah.
out. Hopefully your parents get divorced.
Shout out. No, but so Halloween, the only thing, like I said, I remember just going to like the rich areas to get the best like
Oh, yeah.
chocolates, dude. Like the full size. Like fuck the snack. Fuck the little. What is it
The
called?
bite size.
The
Yeah.
bite-sized ones.
Like I want the shareable size, but for myself though. But yeah, dude, I miss that. I literally miss that till this day. Like the chocolate. I'm not saying I love chocolate like a lot, but if there's chocolate here and there, bro, like it doesn't hurt to have like a little Snickers or Reese's candy. Cause dude, chocolate went up. I don't know if you guys seen like the prices on chocolates and stuff, but everything has gone up.
No, dude, you guys remember when chips were $1?
Now they're
Now
like
they're like $3.
$3. Yeah.
What the hell?
Do you like chips?
Every now and then I'll get chips. But
I mean,
Okay,
I don't go out for them.
Okay,
but-
Herbert, are you a sweet tooth or a salty type of guy?
Sweet.
You like sweets?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'm gonna
Like
start.
like baked goods, bro.
I am
won't
definitely
stop.
a sweet tooth.
Yeah.
salty.
I like both, but I
Well, I like both,
You go
obviously,
ways?
but
Yeah, sure.
I could, yeah, but yeah, I don't know. Enjoy this holiday season. I hope like people pass out
stay
candy.
safe. If you have kids, check their candy.
Actually, yeah, I remember that. Did your parents ever check your candy? Like, hey, mijo, do not.
My
do
parents
that.
wouldn't let me eat a bunch of candy
They never check my candy,
they
man.
never
just because it
Check.
looks sketchy, and I was like, bro, who cares? It's just candy.
That never really happened though, right? I think it was just like a
No,
myth.
no, it wasn't the news though. It was. I remember
I mean,
my
the-
parents seeing.
Yeah,
Like,
but
the
did
news.
it happen? Well, I know it was like someone got scared that it might
Not
happen. but
nobody
did
that
it
I know,
happen?
but
Yeah.
like in the news, and my mom's always about the news. Like
Yeah.
she'll watch something in the news about some guy getting killed in the gym, let's say, and she's like, Mijo, don't go to the gym. She'll see someone get hurt or killed playing soccer or whatever. Mijo, don't play soccer. I'm like, Mom, you can't just assume that every news story you see is gonna happen. So because my mom believed the news so much,
Yeah.
when I would come home with my candy, she would filter through all my candy. And as she's filtering, I'm trying to munch as many as I can so she doesn't take them. And I would always hide as many as I can, but it was always funny.
Oh, I remember like after Halloween, we would go to school and everybody had like their freaking stash. Like, hey, bro, like, hey, like let me get
What,
your.
what do you have, bro?
Yeah, like what do you have, dude? I only got fucking Sour Patches, bro. Like fuck Sour Patches. I'll trade
All
you.
right, I'll trade you, bro.
Yeah, dude, I remember that. And then, real quick before we end the live, did you guys ever freaking your parents ever take you to buy those like fucking? Oh, that's Valentine's. I'm thinking about
Yeah,
Valentine's.
I was thinking about that too.
Little
and then
Valentine
pass
grams?
it out to people.
Yeah, did you ever?
No,
Halloween-
no, those are called boo grams.
Oh, fuck the.
They
blue
had
grams.
those, man. Yeah.
They did have the okay,
Yeah.
but you had to pay like $5 and you'll send it to like a girl that you like, right? I'm assuming,
Yeah.
or a boy or whatever.
Oh, and then a girl will send it to you.
yeah,
Oh,
and then
I got one back.
and then sometimes some people wouldn't get any back. And then your homie, you're like make fun of him, like bro, no one likes you. Dude.
Yeah,
That was sad. That was me.
that happens to me before.
I think we used to bully each other a lot though. low
Yeah,
key.
We still do.
Good
They were
times.
bad,
Good
yeah.
times. Good times.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for listening to this. Happy Halloween, but we're still going to be talking to you guys for the next podcast, so stay tuned. We'll talk about Halloween stuff and etc. If you guys don't listen to this, then you guys should start listening to this and the previous podcast, because the shitty podcast was a pretty good podcast. Like, to be honest, we call it shitty because it's, I don't want to say it, but listen to it. And we're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and our reels are on Instagram for like our cycling, hiking, and then our TikTok videos are for weightlifting. So if you guys want to get motivated, hit us up. Let us know, because we're here for you guys and for free. $0.99 a month, or zero a month.
099.
All right, thank you guys so much. Love you guys.